Coach Charlie McBride was here. He gave a great message, so I'm going to try to echo some of that. So I want to keep that in-house, but he gave us some great stuff. He taught me a lot over the last couple of days, and I want to continue with the message that he gave the kids.
Did you ask him to come to campus, or did he just kind of show up?
He came to visit, just to visit some old friends and try to get back around the program, and I wanted to soak up as much as I could from him.
How's the defensive coaching going to go down? Obviously, you're on one team. Who's going to call the defensive?
I don't know. I think last year, Coach Mike Dawson called it on the other side, and we'll kind of maybe flip a coin or something on that side. But and I might call some on that side, and then coach the other time, and we might change duties over there on our side as well. So we'll give everybody a little ownership in that one.
Coach, these last dozen practices, have you been more impressed with the defense's improvement in learning the system, or maybe the physical mentality that you want them to obtain?
Both. We're kind of getting to the finer points a little bit. You know, some of the detail work within each call, and they're starting to pick it up. It's getting a little better, especially with the linebackers controlling what's going on a little bit more, having a little more ownership, not being afraid to be loud and make a call. And then, you know, obviously we've had some guys down with some illness. We've been short on defense a little bit, and I was kind of proud about the last couple of practices, how they fought through with the short crew. So that's good to see. Things get rough, you know, it's just human nature. Things get rough, you want to shut down a little bit, but when things get rough, that's when we got to be at our best. And I'm trying to get that message across to them, and they're accepting it. Now they just need to conquer it a little bit.
Is there anything you can learn in that environment on Saturday that you can't get out of practice, or is it more or less this?
Well, I think, you know, you're gonna learn, you know, who can operate in that environment. You know, who's the guys that when the lights turn on, this is a beautiful game, right? You can talk all the stuff you want pregame, you can talk all you want in practice, but when the lights turn on, we're all going to find out. And that's what I want to do tomorrow. I want to find out, or on Saturday, who's the real guys. Maybe it's a guy that's on the twos that needs to be moved up to the ones, that when the showtime comes, he turns it up a little more. I don't believe in gamers, but sometimes guys amp it up a little more when the lights turn on, and I want to find out who those guys are.
You mentioned depth, especially in defensive backfield. There's some spots you're going to have to be creative with how you play guys.
Yeah, there's not going to be much, you know, first off, we don't really have a depth chart yet, so there's not going to be a lot of get that guy out, he's a starter. There's going to be even less of that in the defensive back land, because there's going to be, you know, a little bit of a depth issue with some of the illness and just the scholarship numbers. But that's good. You know, to me, somebody's hurt, somebody's ill, it's the next guy up. And we got to play with whoever's available to me. Doesn't matter if you're a scholarship guy, a walk-on guy, doesn't matter if you're from California or next door, you're going to play if you're the next guy up, and if you earn it, you're going to play. So once again, we got to find out who those guys are.
Like maybe your response to your call for toughness and consistency last week, you pretty frank about that after you've seen them respond the last 2-3 practices?
Yeah, they respond. I mean, a long time ago, guys, you know, keep it real, coach, you know, keep it real. I'm going to keep it real. So when you keep it real, when you're honest with guys, and not in a demeaning way, but when you're honest with your assessment, you're honest with what they need to improve on, they usually take that to heart. You know, there's no reason to MF guys or call out individuals, but when the call gets made, usually guys respond, and I think as long as you're honest with people, it goes the right way.
We already asked, but how did you split up the defense into the two teams? Like, coin flip? Did you kind of analyze it?
No, you know, the position coach kind of the position coaches kind of split them up fairly evenly on defense. Now with some of the positions, we wanted to see some guys operate together, so it may be a little bit, you know, maybe not as even at a couple positions, but we're pretty even. We just want to see guys play.
Is there 1 or 2 things you're looking for out of the corners on Saturday?
Yeah, I want to see them go get the football. I want to see them be aggressive. I want to see them tackle, and I want to see them make some plays. Not enough of that going on right now. You want me to be honest? I mean, we're covering some people. We're running side by side with them. We're not getting the football. We need the football. So I'd like to see some guys make some plays in front of a big crowd. Yeah, I wasn't involved last year, and I don't really want to talk about it, but we need interceptions. We need interceptions. We need the corners. I need those guys to be big-time playmakers. They're going to be asked to press guys in coverage. They're going to be asked to play off. They're going to be asked to do a lot of different things, but the ball's going to come to them. The ball gets targeted at them probably more than any other player on the football field, so we need to make some plays. And there's,
How do you like the ball scheme? good there?
Well, their ball skills are fine. It's believing in the mantra that Scott says. You know, it's no fear of failure, desire to excel. Go get the football. If you whiff, let the safety make the tackle. Let's move on. But I need the football.
Do you think guys are starting to get that message, Coach? Do you think guys are starting to get that message that it's starting to break and
Yeah, it's starting to get there. Like we talked about, the behavior patterns, the learned behavior is whatever the case may be from high school or whatever is, don't get beat deep. You know, now we're starting to be more aggressive. Sure, it's gonna cost us a couple touchdowns. I get that, but like today, we went in a 2-minute situation. We had a pick. We had a pick to end the game. There's nothing better. Like we told those guys, we're not out here to not lose the game. We win the game. When we get to take the field last, we win the game. Period. And those guys started to believe that in this last period, and it looked like real football, which was good.
Scholarship numbers at corner in particular, do you wait for guys to get here this summer, or do you think about needing to add someone, or how do you make that evaluation after spring gets wrapped up?
As far as
like exploring transfer market or thinking about bringing someone else into that?
well, we're in college football, we're locked in by the number of scholarships we have available. So if we have one at the end, you know, as we approach, you know, May, when the junior college guys get out and or transfers, whatever the numbers may be, if we have one scholarship available total, we'll probably get together as a staff and discuss who's the best available. If we have 3, who's the best available that way. And as far as the new guys coming in, the best guy plays. If it's a freshman, it's a freshman. If it's a senior, it's a senior. If he's from out of town or in town or all the way across the country, I don't care. The best guy is going to play, period. So if we find some guys at May, if we find some freshmen that can come in and do it, they got to step up and be the guy.
You mentioned the players have to learn how to be aggressive because they've always known don't get beat deep. How long did it take for you as a coach to maybe shift that thinking once you really embody that, or have you always embodied that philosophy of corner play?
Well, I think your offense has to mirror your defense, and your defense has to mirror your offense. So if you're going to line up in the power I and run power and huddle up and take 30 seconds off the clock, you can back up a little bit and you can make them walk the field and hopefully, you know, they make a mistake. When they go like our offense does, they're going to run 100 plays and score a whole bunch of points. The number one thing we can do for them is get them the football back. That's our number one asset. We need to protect the offense, keep points off the board, get the football. So if we can do that, we're going to be in good shape.
Did it take you a while to adjust to that when you went to Oregon?
No, I mean, I think by nature I'm a little bit more of an aggressive play caller and defensive style, but it just kind of freed me up when you get with Chip Kelly, when you get with Mark Helfrich, when you get with Scott Frost. It kind of frees you up because they want the football too, you know. And they're the guys that are saying, hey, go get us the ball. If something bad happens, I got your back because we're going to go score. So that frees you up, just like Scott tells the players, you know, no fear of failure. Let's roll.
Erik, how much are you looking forward to Saturday? 90,000.
How much am I looking forward to it? I'm telling you, they said, you know, how many tickets do you need? I said, how many can I get? Because I got family coming. I got people flying in from Arizona. I got people coming from Illinois. There's probably nobody happier than me to run out there on that field and experience this crowd and this stadium. I might be in shock a little bit running out there. You know, we spent 2 years with an awful good football team where it was a smaller stadium and not as big a crowd, and we're going to walk out tomorrow and, like Coach McBride said, the first time that running back hits, it's going to feel like the whole stadium hit him. You know, and it's going to be awful special.